Hey guys, what's up? It's Elise from Cooking with Booze. It's been a couple years, but I'm back. I am 24 now, and I am still in love with all things food and drink. Still doing my thing, still out here cooking, making cocktails. Obviously, you know, with COVID, we've had a lot more time to sit at home and cook. So that's what we've been doing, and Christian and I have also been doing a lot of fishing. Check out his YouTube channel, Make Time for Fishing. I guess we're YouTubers now. It's pretty cool. But anyway, one of my favorite dishes that we've been making with the fish that we catch is my lemon pasta with seafood. So you could really use any kind of seafood with this. You don't have to use fresh caught fish. We're just lucky enough to have that at our disposal. You could do this with shrimp. You could really do it with anything. And Christian even made some homemade fish stock that I'm going to add this time before I just use chicken stock like a peasant. So we're not going to do that anymore. We're fancying it up. So come along, let's make it. It's super simple, very few ingredients, but a lot of flavor. It's going to knock your socks off. So basically we're going to saute our onions and garlic. We're going to get that going. And then once they start to get, you know, all smelly and translucent and ready to go, then we add in a little bit of chili paste. We're going to spice it up a little bit. And then we add in some white wine, kind of deglaze the pan, get all the nice bits that we want out of there. There it is. 2 cloves of garlic. I never understood why people buy that pre-cut up garlic. It's really not hard to cut garlic. I don't understand. I'll do it in... There it goes. That's all chopped up. That's really all the knife work for this recipe right there. It took me all of 2 seconds. So we're done with that. And then we'll add it to the pan, get it going with some olive oil and some butter. So let's get that going. Alright, so let's add in. Ooh, that sizzle. Throw it in there, make sure your pan's a little bit hot. We don't want them absorbing all the oil. And we're going to season it real quick, because you got to pretty much season it every step. That's what I believe in. Fancy pink Himalayan salt. A little bit of pepper. Crushed red pepper flakes on top of the chili flakes, or chili paste I'm going to add later, because I like it spicy. Alright, and we're just going to let these cook down, and once they get nice and soft, that's when we add in the wine. And then the lemon comes in at the end, because you don't want it to cook off and lose all its lemony essence. So our onions and garlic are nice and soft, and they're cooked through. We love that. And we're going to get all those bits off the bottom using this wine. So I'm going to pour it in. And then we're just going to let it cook off, because you don't want that... Well, I like wine, but you still don't want that raw wine taste in your dish.
Yes,
so we're going to let it cook up, crank up the heat a little bit so that it'll bubble off a little bit. Major secret to this recipe is the toasty breadcrumbs that go on top. I feel like I've had... Well, especially like mac and cheese, they have that toasty breadcrumb topping, you know what I'm talking about? So I kind of wanted to recreate that without, you know, making a whole casserole of pasta. So I figured, why not just make some toasty breadcrumbs and then throw them right on top? Lemon seafood pasta, so you can't forget the lemon. So we're going to use the zest and the juice. So you got to zest the whole lemon. It definitely takes some muscle, but that's okay, because if you forget to work out, then you can just, you know, zest your lemon and keep it going. So we're going to add these into the breadcrumbs, and the zest is honestly where all the lemon flavor is, so that's where you're going to get the most bang for your buck, is from the zest. And then we put the juice in the sauce, so the whole lemon, it's not going to go to waste. And even if it did, I would put it in a cocktail, I would never waste it. So there you go. Alright, our butter is nice and melted. We're going to put in our breadcrumbs to get nice and toasty. Ooh, look at that. And then we're going to add in our lemon zest, right off the zester. And you're going to want to keep an eye on these, because you know, breadcrumbs burn pretty quickly, so you got to make sure that they don't burn, because that'd be really sad. So that's it on the breadcrumbs. You just want them to toast up. You can just have them in the background as long as you keep an eye on them. Alright, so next step was we adding Christian's homemade fish stock that he just made yesterday. It's a little bit gelatinous, but it's going to melt down, so here, throw that in there. It's going to add a ton of seafood flavor. It's so concentrated. Add in just a little bit. I usually just use chicken stock, but this is way better. And then we're going to add a little bit of chili paste. I really like this stuff. It adds a nice spice, and it's like a fresh spice. It's not like a... it'll It's nice and light, so we love that. And look, that fish stock melted right in there. And we're just gonna let that keep simmering.
So now it's time to season our fillets here. So we have speckled trout and weak fish, but that sounds lame, so it's also called gray trout. We eat a lot of speckled trout. We've never had gray trout before, but it's supposed to be, quote, excellent according to my Fish Rules app. But anyway, so we're gonna do some seasoning. So.
And this is Chef Christian, by the way. I probably should have introduced you.
That's okay. I like just jumping into frame.
This is my boyfriend, Christian. He cooks and fishes, and yeah, we live together.
That's me. I like paprika.
It's pretty sick.
It's all right.
All right, anyway, get back to your fish.
Sure. It is fish after all. And salt is not the most important seasoning here. Then we got pepper.
Pepper.
Just a little bit, you know, nothing crazy. All right. Then is when we get into the important stuff. A little bit of onion powder, just a tiny bit, nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. Quick, speedy. It falls out quickly, that's why I said speedy. All right. Then we got garlic powder. Now this is where you get a little more serious about your seasoning, because garlic's awesome.
Amen.
And we're reinforcing our flavors. I watch Food Network too.
Because I force him to.
Yeah, but I like it now. Then the piece de resistance, paprika.
Paprika.
If you're not putting paprika on your food, I honestly don't know if I can sit with you at lunch. All right, then flip, flippity-doo-dah.
And our dog is also very interesting. Right, Tater? Does it look good? What do you think?
Nice. All right, we're ready to throw them on the skillet in just a minute here. Ready. So we're using the smaller pan, so we're just gonna do 2 fillets at a time.
Ooh, sizzle.
Alright. Alright, and make sure you get that oil all the way over.
How long do these take to cook normally, Chef Christian?
Really not that long. Fish cooks so quickly as it is. I'd say at most you're talking 3 minutes aside, even with solid sized fillets like this. If you're frying it, maybe a little bit longer because you want to get that crispy bits, but when you're just doing like a pan sear kind of deal, 3 minutes aside at most. If it's a small fillet, you're talking less than like 3 ounces of fillet. These are probably closer to 4-ounce fillets, but if you're talking 3 ounces or less, maybe 2 minutes.
And I mean, this is a quick dinner. All you gotta do is cook the pasta, make the sauce, you throw everything together. You know, it's limited ingredients. It's stuff you probably already have. And, you know, you can add whatever seafood. I mean, we keep a lot of seafood in the freezer, so it's just... We luckily have fresh stuff all the time, too. But, you know, whatever you have in your freezer, throw it in there.
That'd be fun.
Excuse me, ma'am. What is it that you are doing? Are you scrounging for bits? Flip it. Ooh!
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
You want that nice crust. You don't want any... And that's that seasoning too that's in there. Alright, so our fish is looking, it's done.
Yeah. The first
it doesn't take long at all.
No, it's probably been like 4 minutes, maybe
It's got
5.
nice color on it.
Look at that, you can see inside of it right there, that white meat.
Now let me zoom in, there we go.
Nice and cooked through.
Yum.
Yes.
Alright, at the very end, right before you add the pasta, you want to add in the juice of the lemon that you zested. We have this fancy juicer, it's super nice. Then I'm about to do something a little controversial in Italian circles, okay? I am not in the camp of not mixing seafood with cheese. I think it's perfectly fine. A lot of people are against it, but you know what? I'm going to do it because it's my house and I'm going to do whatever I want. So I take some
Parmigiano.
Christian, tell me when.
I won't.
Yeah, you won't.
That's a
buried in Parmesan.
dangerous game. She's all concerned about carpal tunnel. I'll never tell her to stop grating that cheese.
Also me though. We've had this block of Parmesan for a while. It's a hard cheese. It stays good for
Well, yeah, actually, this is a life hack for you. If you don't finish your block of cheese, it grows back.
And then my very secret ingredient, which I think is just a little dash of heavy cream.
Yep.
And then I'll mix it all up. It's going to be a creamy, lemony seafood situation. And then we just top it off with the fish because I don't like to break up the fish into the pasta because I think it loses some integrity. But putting it right on top is the move because then you can show off. Look at this fresh fish I got. But look at that. That's looking creamy and luscious. And I thought it wasn't going to be saucy enough, but it's looking pretty saucy to me.
Looking pretty saucy.
Tater thinks so too. And then we have our breadcrumbs here in the back. Don't forget about those. We're going to put some breadcrumbs all over this mess. Alright, so we're going to build our plate. Get your linguine all nice and sauced up. I wish I had more alcohol, then I'd be sauced up too. But maybe later. After we eat.
Maybe later, she says.
Maybe later. Then we're going to put the breadcrumbs on. I'm going to spread some love on there. Don't be shy with the breadcrumbs. It's just me and Christian eating these, so I'm going to take half. Alright. Nice toasty topping. You gotta have texture. That's what I look for in every dish. Then you put your fish on top. You are ready to eat. That is our lemon seafood pasta with breadcrumbs. You have to try putting some breadcrumbs on your pasta, people. You have to try it. It's just the best texture. Thank you all so much for watching, if you're watching this. I know it's been a couple years since I've been on YouTube, but I'm getting back into it. I've been cooking a lot, so I have a lot of recipes up here in my mind that I need to put out onto the plate, and hopefully y'all will try it. So let me know. Like, subscribe, follow me on Insta, @CookingWithBooze. I'm also on TikTok, @CookingWithBooze. I do some food reviews on there that are pretty funny. So, yeah, thank you all so much, and we're about to dig in. Right, Chef Christian?
Yes.
Okay.
I can't wait.
Okay.
I'm very hungry.
Bye, everybody. Booze out.